Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on Play on GAA with me, Seamus Brady, your host for this video, and I'm going to run through all of the league finals which took place over the weekend in this video from Division 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then I'm going to look at the Division 2A hurling final between Offaly and Kildare. So before I get into all the games, please like, subscribe, share and comment. It really helps us out here on the channel, and let's crack on with these videos. So first, the Division 1 final, which took place between Mayo and Galway in Croke Park on Sunday, and it finished Mayo 14 points, Galway 11 points. Early silverware for the Kevin McStay era in Mayo. Galway's wait for a league title goes on. They haven't won Division 1 now since 1981. Remarkably, if you want to talk about how much Mayo have changed over the last few years, remarkably, in the 2019 league final, of course, Mayo beat Kerry in the Division 1 final. It was a great day for James Horan's Mayo team. Remarkably, only 5 players played in this game against Galway that played against Kerry, and that was only 4 years ago. So the team has changed drastically since then. One of the new finds won man of the match in this game. That was Colin Reap, a fantastic find as a goalkeeper for Mayo. He won man of the match. He made an amazing save in the 56th minute from Damien Comer, and he slotted over 3 frees. And I have to say, going into the start of the year, I thought there was no way Henley would be displaced as Mayo's number 1. I do think that now. I think Mayo need to go with Colin Reap as their number 1 goalkeeper for the Championship 2023. Ryan O'Donoghue as well, fantastic. Hit 7 points over the course of the game. Aidan O'Shea, Jack Coyne, Paddy Durkin and Diarmuid O'Connor, I thought were all very impressive throughout. But Mayo's start is what really won them this game. They shot 6 points to 1 ahead at the end of the first quarter, with Reap slotting over the 6th. Galway fought back to 6-5. Shane Walsh absolutely leading the way, and a point from John Maher also helped. In the second half, Mayo hit another burst. Rob Finnerty slotted 2 points to keep Galway in the game. The best point of the game was hit in the 55th minute by Shane Walsh. He picked up the ball around the midfield, just completely burst past Sam Callanan and then slotted it over the bar. Peter Cook hit a beauty in the 62nd minute to reduce the gap down to just a point, 11 points to 10. But then the game completely changed. Mayo took over in the last 10 minutes. Tommy Conroy was introduced and he drew 2 fouls, which O'Donoghue slotted over. And Mayo just pushed that little bit ahead. They pushed 4 points ahead after a score from Jack Coyne, and then Tom O'Culhan slotted over Galway's consolation. For me, the 56th minute is a potential moment where the game could have changed. If Damien Comer's shot had gone past Colin Reap into the back of the net, I think you could argue Galway would have gone on and won that game. But for Mayo, they'll be delighted that when the game got tough, when the going got tough, they stood up. And, you know, the only thing is with Mayo is I have seen this before. I've seen them look so good up until when it really matters. So look, even though McStay has come in, it's a great start to his new era. You've got the likes of Jordan Flynn that just look like they've leveled up under McStay. Ryan O'Donoghue looks great. Jack Carney looks great. Jack Coyne, very impressive in defence. And as of course, Colin Reap. But it's a type of thing of, I'll believe it when I see them do it in the Championship. That's just my honest take. For Galway, look, they didn't play at their best. That's the honest opinion. Shane Walsh had flashes where he was brilliant, but he had moments where you were confused by him as well. He slotted over a free with his right foot, and then he got a free from a very similar position, decided to take it with the left foot and dragged it wide. And you're thinking, why has he done that? I know he switches the frees around and takes it, you know, with one foot, you know, for one free, and then the next free with the other foot. But I thought then he matched that with moments of just absolute brilliance. Like his point in the 55th minute was just incredibly good. So for Galway, they won't be happy with the performance, and Joyce definitely will not be happy with the fact that they've lost the league final. But I feel like they know that there's bigger things ahead. There's bigger challenges ahead. And for Mayo now, going into the Roscommon game, they'll be full of confidence. And I imagine that they will be eyeing up a potential title this year as well. You know that McStay will want nothing less. And of course, it'll be a full preview for that game coming here on Play on GAA. So make sure you check that one out. So yeah, congratulations to Mayo, Division 1 champions for 2023. Now, this is the Division 2 final recap here on Play on GAA. It happened at Croke Park on the Sunday between Dublin and Derry, and saw Dublin win by 4 goals and 6 points to 11 points. Remarkably, before this game, Derry had only conceded 3 goals in 7 games in the National League. Yet in this game, they conceded 4 goals in one half. The way that their defense just opened in the second half was something that I really, really did not see coming. Derry were on top in the first half and they led by 6 points to 4 at half time. Shane McGuigan was leading the way. They looked good. They looked hungry. Connor Glass, Garrett McKinless, they were all playing really, really well. In the second half, though, Dublin came out and they meant business. Cillian O'Gara punched in the first goal. Then immediately after, Paul Mannion came on. And 3 minutes later, he slotted a penalty away after Conor O'Callaghan was fouled by Conor McCluskey. Dublin kept up the pressure. The third goal was a fantastic finish by John Small. That had the game over as a contest, and a free goal from Lorcan O'Dell put an ugly look on the scoreboard. It was one where Lynch just looked completely deceived by it, and the ball ended up in the back of the net. Conor Glass went off. He didn't play the entire game for Derry. He was a massive loss when he went off. But while Dublin did look a lot better in the second half, I have to say that, you know, we looked more creative. We looked more exciting. We only scored 6 points. And the reality is, yes, we got 4 goals. Derry got 11 scores. Dublin got 10. You can look at it through a critical angle of that. Realistically, are we going to score 4 goals in the championship in the latter stages against a Kerry or a Mayo or a Galway? No. So we do have to, you know, up our point scoring in these games. But I do think, look, for what this game is, very happy. Up to Division 1 as Division 2 champions. Very, very good day for Desi Farrell and his team. For Derry, I think Gallagher would be hugely disappointed to finish off the league like that. They were so good. And the fact that they'd beaten Dublin in Owen Beg, I think would have given them huge confidence going into this game. And they played it in the first half like they had huge confidence. But then the second half, they just completely fell apart at the back. It was something that I did not anticipate Derry doing. Look, they're going to switch their attention onto the Ulster Championship. They're going to have to defend their crown. And I think they are in a good place to do it. I think the main threats to their crown are probably Tyrone right now, or Monaghan, or Armagh. Donegal are completely in devastation right now, so I don't think they're too much of a threat. But for Derry, it's going to be very, very difficult because the main threat, I would say, is Tyrone, because Tyrone looked damn good in that game against Armagh and have looked damn good at points of the league campaign. But yeah, congratulations to Dublin, Division 2 champions for 2023, back up to Division 1. Okay, guys, this is the Division 3 final recap here on Play on GAA. It took place on the Saturday between Ulster rivals Cavan and Fermanagh. And it finished Cavan 16 points, Fermanagh a goal and 7. Cavan now have won back-to-back Division 4 and Division 3 titles, all the way up now to Division 2, back where they belong, at least, in my opinion. When they were down in Division 4, it was so clear that this team is way too good for that level. And they proved throughout the league that they were probably too good for Division 3 as well, winning their first 5 games, steamrolling their first 5 games in a very impressive fashion. And yeah, while they slipped up in their last 2 games, I still fancied them to take this league title, and they did. The game, however, started extremely slowly. There were no score for the first 12 minutes when Gerard McKiernan finally pointed a free for Cavan. Fermanagh fought back, Ryan Lyons leading the way. Then in the 26th minute, Darren McGurn slotted away a lovely goal for Fermanagh to put them in charge. Fermanagh took this lead into half-time. Fermanagh won 3, Cavan 5 points at half-time. In the second half, though, Cavan hit 2 spells, separate spells, which won them the game. They, in 2 spells, hit 5 unanswered points. And really, for Fermanagh, if you let a team get the run on you like that, you cannot be surprised that you do not come out on the right side of the result. Kieran Brady was outstanding for Cavan. He won man of the match. The first burst of those 5 points was 3 from Raymond Galligan, who was outstanding. Oisin Brady and Darren McVeety both pointed. That put Cavan 11 points to a goal and 4 ahead. Fermanagh responded to that at both ends of the pitch. An amazing bit of defending saw Fermanagh block Porrick Faulkner, Connor Smith and Killian Clark all in the one attack as they were all looking for goal. And then at the other end, they fought back with 3 points in a row. And in the 62nd minute, it was 11 points to a goal and 7. They'd narrowed the gap down to just a point. Sean Quigley also coming off the bench and nailing a point. But then Cavan took over again and hit their second spell of 5 points in a row from McKiernan, Galligan, Oisin Brady and Conor Madden, who came off the bench to cruise to the victory. And for Mickey Graham, absolutely delighted with the result. Absolutely delighted with the fact that they have responded to the relegation to Division 4 with back-to-back league titles back up to Division 2. He will be absolutely delighted with that. And going into the championship, Cavan are a dark horse. They really are, to take to take out an Armagh or to take out a Donegal, Cavan are definitely a dangerous side for a team to come up against. For Fermanagh, Kieran Donnelly, he's definitely making progress with them. Look, this is just a bump in the road. But Fermanagh, in previous managerial terms, were just very defensive, very negative. And under Donnelly, they have been absolutely fantastic going forward. They'd scored 890 going into this game, and the finish from McGurn's goal was absolutely lovely. They're missing forwards with the quality and the caliber of Conor Love, so they are only going to get better. And I can't wait to see, how much he gets out of the likes of Ultan Kelm, who was quiet in this game, very well marshalled by Pádraig Faulkner. But yeah, and then another shout out, Luke Flanagan's performance for Fermanagh was fantastic as well. It's two sides that are no doubt on the up. But yeah, congratulations to Cavan, Division 3 champions for 2023. Now, this is the Division 4 final recap, guys, here on Play on GAA. It happened on the Saturday between Sligo and Wicklow, and it finished Sligo 210, Wicklow 14 points in the pouring rain at Croke Park. Sligo will be delighted with this. Obviously, Tony McEntee getting one up on Oisin McConville, Cross McGlen Rangers teammate, and of course, a potential rival for the Armagh job should Kieran McGeeney step away at the end of this year. Sligo claimed the Division 4 title by beating Wicklow. However, it's not in the way that I thought that they would win. I thought they would win by outpointing Wicklow, but they didn't. They outgoaled them. And I couldn't believe that Wicklow shot into such an early lead. They dominated the first 10 minutes. Points from Mark Kenny and Kevin Quinn, who really impressed me throughout this game. Kevin Quinn, he just looks like a guy who has serious potential. He still looks a bit raw. Some of the things that he does, he takes on wild shots, but he definitely is a player with serious talent. And Oisin McConville could definitely turn him into a serious footballer, because he already looks like a serious threat. And McConville's only been with him for a month, 2 months. So yeah, I look forward to seeing what he gets out of Kevin Quinn and what he gets out of Owen Darcy. But one forward who definitely is the finished article up at the other end was Niall Murphy. He was fantastic in the down period for Sligo, hitting all of their tally in the first half. That was a goal and 3, by the way. And he added a point in the second half to bring his tally up to a goal and 4. He was the team captain, and by God did he lead the way. Sligo turned up for the second half. Paul Kilcoyne with a brilliant goal put Sligo into the lead, and beauties from Pat Spillane, Niall Murphy and Luke Towie kept them ahead. Sligo tightened up at the back as well in the second half. It was very noticeable. I said how Kevin Quinn definitely impressed me in the first half. They had him very well marshalled in the second half. They were not letting him build up the head of steam that he was building up in the first half. Wicklow performed well, but Sligo just a little bit ahead in their journey. But for absolutely no shame for Wicklow. They were absolutely fantastic in this game. They've been fantastic in the league campaign, and I look forward to seeing how they get on in Division 3 next year. But for Sligo, congratulations on the Division 4 title. And what a lovely touch by Niall Murphy and the Sligo team to dedicate the victory to the late Red Oak Murphy exactly 1 year after his tragic passing. So, of course, rest in peace, Red Oak Murphy, and an absolutely beautiful touch by the Sligo team to dedicate this victory to him. So, yeah, we're going to move on now to the Division 2A final between Offaly and Kildare. It finished Offaly 24 points, Kildare a goal and 18. In the first 25 minutes of the second half is where Offaly won this game. They outscored Kildare by 10 points to 2, and their defence was amazing throughout. Kildare had made a sensational start. They hit 1-4 without reply after Offaly hit the opener. Jerry Keegan with the goal. However, from that point on, the Offaly defence was absolutely watertight. They did not let anything in. And at the other end, Owen Cahill and Killian Kiley dominated. Charlie Mitchell came off the bench and was hugely impressive. And David Nally hit a brilliant score in that dominant period as well for Offaly. Kildare fought back and had a lay free to potentially snatch a draw. But Stephen Corcoran, the Offaly goalkeeper, saved from Paddy McKenna, and Offaly won and got promoted. It's a devastating blow for Kildare. Obviously, the progress that they are making in the hurling is absolutely fantastic. David Herity is doing amazing things there. But look, Offaly just have had a little bit more time on the watch in terms of the progression. They were a little bit ahead of Kildare. But for Kildare, the rapid progress that they have made has been absolutely sensational. And I think, look, they didn't get it this year, but I really think they're going to get it next year. If they keep up the level that they have been at, and they keep, they get the likes of Jack Sheridan back in the side, onwards and upwards. And they have the likes of James Burke, they have the likes of Jerry Keegan there, phenomenal hurling side in the making there. And David Herity is doing sensational work. But yeah, congratulations to Offaly. Obviously, still have the likes of Shane Dooley, Owen Cahill doing the business for them, and probably deserving winners on the day. So congratulations to Offaly, Division 2A hurling champions for 2023. So yeah, guys, that is the full recap here on Play on GAA of all of the league finals in 2023, which took place on the weekend. Do subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. It really helps us out here on the channel. And until the next one, guys, take care.